It has been a big week in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator with some big names, releases and sneak peeks into what Assobo has planned for us in 2022. We've got you covered with all of this, including this week's announcements, releases and development news. So let's get into the video. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator update video. This is where we bring you each and every week in one big video all the Flight Simulator news, developments and releases in one weekly video. Before we jump into this week's previews, I would like to say that 25% of the viewers that watch the Oz Flight Simulator channel are subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, you're part of the 75% of people that aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you could help us out, that would be much appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Now let's jump into this week's previews. After a month and a half ago, JustFly unveiled they were in development with the BAE 146 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The team this week shared some new screenshots of the BAE 146, showcasing some of the detailed modeling on the external of the aircraft, which appears to be very highly detailed. We did get to see some new cockpit shots showcasing the texture work as well. JustFly later updated on their website and mentioned that the coding is still continuing and there is plenty of work to be done left on the BA 46. The team is hoping to bring us another development update prior to the Christmas break. This does confirm, in my opinion, we won't expect to see a pre-release in 2021 or before the year is out of the BA 146 from JustFly. It's looking like more of a 2022. Of course, we're going to keep you posted during the development of the BA 46 from JustFly. The next preview for the week goes to the team at Wing 42 with their Boeing 247D. It's finally coming to a point where the team is comfortable in releasing the aircraft. Otmar, the lead developer, I think he's the only developer for Wing 42 of the project, explained the workings of the Boeing 247D in great detail over at our friends at the Flying Fabio's Twitch stream. I'll leave a link in the description below with a 4-hour in-depth look at the 247D. The stream showed a great detail of high-level systems we should expect to see with the Boeing 247D. And knowing Otmar and Wing 42, if you've seen any of the other aircraft in P3D, the detail on the systems is going to be insane. No real date given about the release, but we should expect to see the Boeing 247D sometime in early 2022. The next preview for the week goes to the team at Airplane Heaven, who is set to release the Grumman F3F-2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This has been a staple aircraft for Airplane's Heaven fleet for many years on the other platforms such as Flight Sim 2002, where it first appeared, all the way to P3D. And now we'll see it released in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The team did mention with the new sim it has allowed to include hundreds of new details. The external modeling has been totally revamped and the cockpit has been totally overhauled. The package comes with a wire-set soundtrack and 7 liveries. Airplane 7's Grumman F3F-2 is set to be released before Christmas, so we should see it soon. Moving on to this week's releases, Captain Sim has released another Boeing aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This time it is the Boeing 767-400ER. This is a digital replica of the aircraft, but it has the same makings of the previous releases of Captain Sim fleet for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. You will need to have the default 747 installed for the 767 to work, as the aircraft essentially is paired with the default 747 aircraft. So we would expect to see the same sort of basic systems as we've seen in the 777 fleet. Some of the features include with the 767R 4K ultra high resolution textures, cabin with a 3D windows interior, stewards and animated pilots, realistic animations, a brand new WingFlex engine and a bunch of liveries can be downloaded from their website. The Captain Sim Boeing fleet has been met with great skepticism in the community due to the aircraft requiring default assets to make it a working aircraft. If you are looking for a high realistic system 767 replica, you may want to wait for another product to be released sometime in 2022 or 2023. If that doesn't bother you, you can pick up your copy of the Captain Sim 767-400ER directly from their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. The next release for the week goes to the team at Anox, hopefully I said that correctly. This week announces its new airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is Palm Springs International Airport, and it is now available for pre-release. This is why I put it in the release section. The well-known airport is located just 2 short miles away from downtown Palm Springs, and it sees airlines frequently such as Air Canada, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, and many more. Some of the features we are expecting to see with Palm Springs release is PBR textures, custom ground clutter, enhanced ortho of the area, hand-placed markings, trees, bushes, dirt and ground equipment, detailed landscaping, and high-resolution ground textures. Anox Palm Springs is available for pre-order from their website, and it will be released on December the 12th. So you may be watching this video, it could be released. I'll leave a link in the description below. Latin VFR this week releases Miramar Airport, which is the home of a Top Gun training program made famous for the original Top Gun movie. Latin's VFR mentions that they have created the airport in its current configuration and layout, with features realistic buildings, high detail ground markings and textures. A bunch of static aircraft have been included to populate the airport, including F-18s, F-35s, KC-130s and Hercules and more. The rest of the feature list is pretty short, but the team have included some screenshots to showcase what we should expect. You can pick up your copy of Latin's VFR and Miramar directly from their website. Again, links below. Moving on to the next release for the week, and it goes to the team at Just Flight as they release the SC Designs F-16 Fighting Falcon. The F-16 is an iconic fighter and has been used in many roles across the globe, and 4,600 plus of these have been built and still in purchase today. The package comes with 3 versions of the Falcon, which is the C, the D and the I. All models have been coded natively for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The cockpit screens are coded in HTML for native high performance displays in the sim. The Falcon makes use of its all the new sim tech, which the effects and the sounds are fully reflective glass, native aerodynamics, sound structures, custom built animations such as afterburners are all included in the package. All the instruments are modeled in 3D. The display screens are visually the same layout as you would see with the real aircraft. The front and rear cockpit positions are included in the D and the I variant. The feature list is a lot longer than what I've mentioned here, but the looks of it, the SC Designs F-16 Fighting Falcon is pretty high detail. You can pick up your copy directly from the Just Flight store, links below. Another release for the week goes to the team at Phil there as they release the most iconic, or one of the most iconic airports in the world, which is Los Angeles International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. As usual, Phil their feature list is minimal to say the least, but they have included custom ground lines and buildings, high detail textures, PBR reflective and realistic textures. The Phil there have created a trailer of their iconic airport, so I guess this is a way to judge if it's worth picking up for a purchase. You can pick up your copy of Phil their Los Angeles Airport directly from their store or in the sim market below. I'll leave a link to their website so you can check it out. Before we jump into this week's development news, here's a quick word from our partners over at Apex. Apex Gaming PCs and the Oz Flight Simulator channel have partnered up to create a range of gaming flight sim PCs tailored to flight simulation pilots in mind. The private pilot and the commercial pilot range has been designed to provide a great frame rates if you are on a budget or if you're an experienced simmer and want to take your simming to the next level. You can even customize to suit your virtual pilot needs. Links in the description below if you want to check out the new range of Oz Flight Simulator PCs, the private pilot and the commercial pilot. Kicking off this week's development news, the team at Microsoft now included a pre-release testing for Sim Update 7 for Steam users. Now all Simmers, Xbox, PC and Steam users have access to participate in the option for testing for the upcoming build to help devs team identify and resolve issues. Sim Update 7 is aimed to be a bug killer and to resolve a long outstanding issues that have plagued the sim for a long time. The team has mentioned that participating can come at risk as testers can be or may have to fully install the sim again. Big thank you to anyone that signs up to help the process, because this will improve the sim overall for us people that can't participate. This week, we were treated with a update feedback snapshot with some new timelines for 2022, which is pretty exciting. Here's some of the highlights. We have a pretty good indication we would see gliders next year in 2022, and now the team have confirmed it is planned to release in Q3 of 2022. Helicopters are in the mix as well, and they are set for a planned release in Q4 in 2022, which would indicate to me this is the big release for the end of the year, such as the game of the year. It might be helicopters in that sort of way as well. Multi-screen is still set for 2022. Brazil and Italy are planned for a world update in 2022, but it wasn't confirmed which world update will make it, so that's interesting. Access to the flight planner without leaving a flight for 22 release. Seasons, share cockpit, multiplayer, multiplayer cockpits, I should say, are all planned still on the cards for next year in 2022. Power lines, antennas, and gondolas are set for 2022. There are a bunch of other smaller features that should make it in 2022 that are being marked for release, but these ones are the big items on my mind in that list, so we'll see if these big ticketed items actually do make it into 2022. First, a market update for December. This week we've seen 16 new products to the marketplace and 40 upgradable products. Of the new products, 5 are on PC and 11 on Xbox. There's no new aircraft this week. These are only sceneries or airports. If you got this far in the video, thank you very much. You guys are a bunch of legends. As I mentioned before, 25% of people that watch the Oz Flight Simulator videos only are subscribed. That means 75% of people aren't subscribed. So if you could help us out, it would be much appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button. We shall also stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM GMT +10. So if you want to join in a bigger multiplayer session in Microsoft Flight Simulator, feel free to come along. We're going to leave you with another video here, one of our favorites, so why don't you check that one out and we'll see you over there.